Canterbury Employers Chamber of Commerce CEO Leeann Watson. Leeann, good morning. Thanks for your time this morning.
Good morning, Chris.
It's great to be with us. First up, there's cricket fever across Christchurch. It's probably quite timely to ask your opinion on the cricket oval, the Hagley Oval, and whether or not we need these lights. What's your opinion on getting these tall lights installed? There's a lot of issues around this at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, just taking a step back, cricket has obviously been a very hot topic in Christchurch and across New Zealand, in fact, across the world, for all the reasons that the Cricket World Cup brought to us. I think it's really important to also recognise that cricket is the number one summer sport here in New Zealand, and it's the second most consumed sport in New Zealand. So cricket has a massive role to play in our community. The biggest challenge that we have at Hagley Oval is the fact that we need lights, and we need lights to make sure that we can continue to compete on the world stage in terms of actually hosting international cricket here in Christchurch.
Do you think this will eventually happen? Because there will be a lot of opposition to this as well.
Mm-hmm. It actually has to happen. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for us, and if we do not do this, we don't realise the full potential of the asset that we've invested in. The Hagley Oval Pavilion and Hagley Oval itself was one of the first anchor projects that was committed to and delivered in Christchurch following the earthquakes. And if we do not continue to develop and get the lights at Hagley Oval, it's a real lost opportunity for us as a city and as a region.
What will this mean for local businesses? I mean, will we really see an economic upturn if the lights go in?
Oh, without a doubt. So we know that the game of cricket is changing. We know that, the Black Caps international teams are now playing less tests, more one-day internationals. And those sorts of games go into the evening. So we need lights. If we do not have lights here in Christchurch, we simply will not be able to compete with other regions across New Zealand, and therefore we won't be able to host international games here in Christchurch. The economic benefits that playing international games here in Christchurch is significant right across the community. I mean, if we take the last Australian test that we played here in Christchurch back in 2016, I think it was, that brought in 22,000 people into Christchurch alone, just for the period of that 5-day test. So 22,000 people, the amount of contribution and the financial input that they have across the city from our hotels, our motels, our restaurants, our bars, our retailers, our rental companies, our transport companies, that's significant. And that's one test that I'm talking about. So this is really important for the city, and it's more than just about cricket.
So where are we at the moment in terms of this? I mean, no doubt this will be legally challenged, but are we still in the early stages?
We are right at a really important part right now. So in 2021, New Zealand hosts the Women's World Cup in cricket. We've seen the outcomes of the World Cup in England just recently. We've seen the massive international viewership that tournament actually attracts. In fact, it's 7 times bigger than the Women's World Cup for rugby. So that's significant. Now, if we don't have lights, we do not get the opportunity to host some of those games here in Christchurch. So it's absolutely vital that we get this sorted really quickly, as in the next few months here in Christchurch, that we can press ahead, we can actually ensure that we've got the support for the lights so that we can actually bid for some of those games from the Women's World Cup.
What do you think the general feeling is out there? We did canvass this on the program several weeks ago. Not much traffic. Do you get the impression people just think, I'll just get on with it and do it? Or what's your gut feeling? Are we going to see a lot of protesters on this? I
hope not. And I think there's a real lack of information and also understanding of what the economic benefits are from this. And so, I talk a lot about this is more than just cricket. Of course, I'm a passionate cricket follower, but actually when you look at the economic contribution that it brings to all the people that I just mentioned, that's significant. Now, it's more than that as well. So if you look at our 3 biggest trading partners as a country, we've got the UK, we've got India, and we've got Australia. Guess what? They're 3 of our biggest competitors in cricket as well. So when we host those games, and if I take the Indian market as an example, when we host an international game against India here in Christchurch, we automatically have 709 million viewers in India turn on their TVs and watch that game. That's an excellent platform for us to actually sell the new Christchurch, change our story, reposition Christchurch, and that's just the Indian market. The Indian market for international students is our second largest market.
You're right.
46 million. Just from international students. So this is massive opportunities for the city.
Canterbury Employers Chamber of Commerce CEO Leeann Watson, always good to have you back on the program. You're not wrong. There are plenty of happy Indian people in this neck of the woods. Thank you for your time. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Chris.
And that is our program.